Hey everybody, it's Bruno from NB. Where it can't all be serious, but we took some serious topics in the last couple of ones. I'm here with Jeff Applin from the David Applin Search Group. And yeah, how many cities are you guys in?
We have 8 locations across Canada, Halifax through to Vancouver, ever in between.
And they're all doing really well?
Yeah, you know what? We're coming out this spring pretty strong, all things considered, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I know this sounds silly, but tell people out there what a search group is. I know some people kind of go, what, come on, really? But there are a lot of people that don't really know what we do.
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we find employers talented people that they can't find on their own. So we're a recruiting firm, a staffing firm, and we can also payroll them for them, or just help them onboard them directly.
And you know, I want to get right to it because our little caption says secrets to success. And it is kind of a bit of a secret because, I mean, you came from family business. This is second generation Applin Group.
Yep.
And what would you say is top business secret that you can share with everybody? It's not going to be a secret anymore, but what the heck?
Yeah, you know, I was going to say, I don't know if there's any secret, but I mean, for this company, it was founded by my dad in the house I grew up in 1975, and 46 years later. So, you know, top of the list for me is persistence. It's just, you know, good times, bad times, persist through it. And that's certainly something I learned from my dad, and it certainly served me well in my life. There's been you get a lot of challenges along the way, but having the resilience to stand up to those and overcome them.
So number one secret is basically resilience?
Yeah.
You think?
Persistence, resilience.
Because I come from a family business too. I don't know if you know that.
You mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the story with that?
Well, I can tell you one thing. Maybe it's a little different because we're Italian, but every conversation when I'd say, you know, it started with, "Hey, Dad, I think we should do this." Oh, so you have to have that. Oh, are you saying I'm not doing it right? You can do it better. Go ahead, do it better, right? And so that was the motivation. It's like you had to always do it better, right?
Yeah.
So, but all jokes aside, my dad was an incredible. Well, he is an incredible person. And, but yeah, it's not for everybody though, right?
No, for sure.
So bringing your dad into it, you were talking about him being a really empathetic business person. What do you think he would say about you, about your secret to success? Because you've run this thing on your own, like you bought it, right? 10, 12 years ago?
Really, ultimately closed in 2018.
2018, yeah.
Yep.
What
you know,
because we got him on the line right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got him. He's going to be on speakerphone here, like a gotcha secret camera.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So, what do you say?
You know what? I love my dad. You know, it's been such an honor and experience to work with him, and just everything we've gone through together, really, through the whole business together, and. Yeah, I think he would just say that, you know, I think he respects kind of the strength that I've brought and to the leadership team, and I don't know. I think maybe just the willingness to try different things and do things differently, try new things, you know, just take a new approach.
And he, like us, didn't wake up one day, go to school, and go to, you know, recruiting you. And kind of go, you know what, in grade 7, I'm going to be a recruiter. Maybe walk us through maybe a couple of things about how he stumbled across it, because a lot of people out there are saying, how do I become a recruiter?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't follow the path my dad did, for sure, because the story there is he actually had moved. My family's originally from Toronto, and the company my dad worked for was owned by Jimmy Pattison, the legendary Canadian entrepreneur, and he moved my dad out to Edmonton. And the company, ultimately, that company went bust. So it didn't work out. And so at that point, my dad had a decision to make. He could have moved us back to Toronto. He could have got another job. But he decided to do something different. He decided to start a recruiting company in Edmonton in 1975. And he thought he could do something kind of better on his own. And, you know, here we are talking about it. So, and the way it started was really just with his personal network. You know, he was talking to people about jobs, because he was looking for a job as well. And some people said, well, you know what, we really needed these computer operators for these mainframes. Right. And he's like, okay, well, so would you like me to refer some people like that? They're like, sure. And so he did. And then one of them was a very large corporation, like a telco. And they said, okay, well, that's great. We'll hire him and, just send us your bill. And he's like, what was that? And he realized, okay, well, I'm good at this. I like it. It's service to other people. And, I can maybe build a business around it. Yeah,
legendary company. I must admit, I like to joke around quite a bit, but I've said this several times, and very respectful of your company and how you've grown it, and across Canada. It's not that easy to do, right? And so let me ask you another secret to your success, and for the Applin Group, and maybe for yourself, business-wise.
Well, you know what? Really been grateful just for the people that we get the opportunity to work with on a day-to-day basis, and I think it's the lesson for me is that if you're really sincere in caring for the people you work with and you look after them, they'll look after your customers.
And it's interesting. I mean, we can edit this, but we won't, by the way. I just make people feel good about it, but we never do. But it's interesting because we had never met, and I think that maybe some of the people watching there and they know
they've worked for both of us for
stuff,
sure.
Yeah,
there's
quite
a few
that went on.
Yeah.
And here's something I'm going to ask you, and you're probably way more polite than I am, but I actually am very polite, but not on the show. This is the free for all. But there are so many people that either work for you or work with me, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, or the bigger companies that I worked at, and in the search firm. And I can't tell you how many people kind of go, you know what, how hard can it be? And they branch out on their own, and some of them come back, or they just quit altogether.
Right.
Not what would you say to those people that tried that and maybe struggled? Some of them succeeded, but what would you tell them that maybe you overlooked?
Interesting. Focus over time. Mm-hmm. You stare at something long enough, you learn quite a bit about it. You study something over the years, you learn a lot about it. And I think organizationally, there's a lot of memory there. And just kind of going off randomly, it's easy to hang out a shingle and go for it, and good on you, right? But also, I think customers don't necessarily these days, look at all the supply chains. Mm-hmm. It's tough. It's a tough thing just to start off out of your basement, and you could do some stuff here or there, right?
Well, the one thing I say is, and this is one of the reasons why, again, people might say, Bruno, are you being genuine in saying you respect the Applin Group, you never worked for them, you really don't know Jeff, this and that? I'm just saying, to be in business for 46 years, right? Make the playoffs every year, or else you wouldn't be here today.
That's right.
Right? Yeah. Maybe some years you don't win the cup, but and I can next to guarantee you that yourself and maybe your father previous to this made it look really easy. There were certain times where you were probably like shaking up the elevator.
All the time.
And people are kind of going, I made a placement for X amount of dollars, and they keep most of it, and they don't deserve it, whatever. But you made it look easy. Like, this office is great. The websites are awesome, and that's kind of what I think here.
Well, there's always the perception, there's the reality, and there's the kind of the marketing perception, but no, I mean, for sure. I mean, you have to be very comfortable, leaning into your fear and
Mm-hmm.
and just going for it, right? And comfortable being uncomfortable. And I mean, I'm sure as a business owner yourself, Bruno, you can relate to that. And for me, for sure, yeah. Like, I mean, the number of times when the knees have been knocking and the cold sweats coming, and thinking, how are we gonna deal with this? Whether it's a market situation externally or it's something internally or whatever. I mean, goes with the territory, right? So you just put on a brave face. You do your very best. Put your best foot forward, and the chips fall as they may, right?
And they get in touch with you on the website
Applin.com. APLIN.
Right across the country.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to get in touch with you because they want to work for you,
give me a call, 403-261-9000.
Nice job. So people want to know about Jeff Applin, and I usually do a little rapid fire type of thing.
Do they, Bruno? Do they really?
I wouldn't be here. It was just like, can you find him? We can't find him. We can't get a straight answer from him. I don't know. No, that's not true at all. Actually, very complimentary. The people that I know that know you, very complimentary of you.
Likewise to you.
And but rapid fire, you ready?
Ask me anything.
Favorite food?
Pizza.
Wow. You know, a lot of people say that, eh, Arden?
Yeah.
They like pizza. Or
The,
pasta.
the thing I
They
love
just want to
about,
butter me
the
up.
thing I love about pizza is it's always the right time for pizza.
That's right.
You know, whether it's the next morning,
Rough night.
you can put a fried egg on the leftover pizza. You can late night snack, your lunch. I mean, you name it. It's always the right time for pizza.
Okay, let's check the expertise. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so favorite food, favorite drink?
Well, I'd have to go with Barolo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I never had that. I don't really drink.
Come on.
Okay, we'll have a drink after. Favorite movie?
Oh boy. Apocalypse Now.
Nice. Would your son agree with you?
I don't know if he's ever seen it.
No, it's
Actually,
too long.
It's
These
too
guys-
old.
It's too old. Yeah. You know, the production's too passé composé, I guess, right? Favorite hockey team?
Calgary Flames.
Really? You're right across the country, and you have you say the Calgary Flames,
Flames.
just like that, because
Yeah.
you can pick
It's
any of
a-
them right now.
Yep. It's
You couldn't have picked
it's
Quebec
a tough-
Nordiques
it's
because you weren't
it's
there.
a tough lot in life right now, but yeah.
Well, all the Canadian teams are having a hard time.
Yeah.
Favorite football team, CFL?
Stampeders.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, your hometown. But
Hometown.
you were born in Edmonton? You
I
were
was born in Toronto, but I grew up in Edmonton.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite baseball team, do you have one?
Blue Jays.
Oh, come on. Got to go for the Yankees. This is where everybody kind of
No.
goes down.
I don't know.
I like the Yankees too.
I don't
But you mean the Buffalo Blue Jays?
That's
Hey,
right.
up
This year.
Favorite singer?
Bob Dylan.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Favorite song?
Tangled Up in Blue.
That's good. You kind of strike me not as a Bob Dylan guy.
No.
No,
Yeah.
you're more of a, I don't know, like Grateful Dead guy.
I like the poet.
That's
I
awesome.
like the poetry stuff.
I never saw that coming.
Yeah.
That was good.
No.
That was good. Last thing, you have to ask me or Arden, our
Well,
person a question.
So I got a question for you. So
Yeah.
when we first met, you did give me 2 books authored
Oh,
by
right.
yourself, and one that was authored by yourself and your
Yep.
collaboration with your sons.
Yeah.
So I realize now you're an accomplished writer. What's your favorite book?
Oh, my favorite book is The Three Musketeers. Hands down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
As a little boy, I really, really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was the best book ever. So.
And then what would you say out of the ones you've written yourself? What's the work you're most proud of?
Okay, I didn't give you this one, but I have a comic book. I'll bring it to you.
A comic?
I have a
Okay.
comic book that I
Yeah.
self-published. It's funny you should mention that because the other two, obviously, I was asked to write this leadership book with 2 great authors, Marcel Belfray, who's an actual
That's the
CFO.
discussions on
The
leadership.
discussion
That's
thing, right?
Very good, yeah.
And again, it comes down to how Italians discuss, because Ray Pera, who's an amazing leadership person, professional, and Marcel was like, here's my opinion, here's your opinion. And of course, I'd start off, oh, what are you talking about? That's not the way you do it. But, and the other one is obviously we're big baseball fans. My kids helped write it. But I have a comic book. It's called Sal and Gio. I'll get you a copy.
Okay.
Right?
All
I
right.
didn't think you were ready for it. You know what I
I
mean?
didn't know that.
So it's called
So you learned
Sal and
something new.
Gio Cement Surgeons. and it's a kind of a bit of a play on how I grew up.
Okay.
And
All right.
I always thought these cement guys, or as they say, in the Italian, cement, I just thought they were the coolest guys ever, but they were kind of, a little crazy guys and would never work because it would always like chance of raining, and I had to
Right.
work all the time. And I'm like, Sal, you're not working? No, they're calling for rain. So they would take
Might raid, take the day off.
So that's really the one I'm
Okay.
most proud of, and I'll send it to you.
All right. Well, there you go. I try to learn something new every day, and I just learned something about you.
So that's good. That's it. That was an easy one. Woo! They're fantastic. But okay, promise we'll do this again.
Love to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll,
Thanks a lot.
We'll talk about, hey, you know what you guys can do? Connect with Jeff. You can send me an email or something like that. And in all seriousness, what the recruiting and staffing firm, human capital, I always say we're the recruiting business or the staffing business. You have life or death. That's if heaven forbid you're in a coma or something, and right after you get better, somebody in your family kind of goes, "Hey, Jeff, you got to go to work now, right? You can't stay here all the time." So I always say we're in the do or die business, and people will tell me all the time say, I remember you saying that, and I kind of laughed at it. I'm actually being serious. This is next to, living and breathing. You got to have a job, right? And if you guys have any questions, I don't think you have to go any further than Jeff and his group out here to ask the hard questions. So send me some questions you want Jeff to answer, and we'll do this again. This has been a lot of fun.
Great.
So
thanks a lot.
Thanks again, Jeff.
Thanks, Bruno.
All right. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, if you want someone to be our next guest, simple. Click below in the description, and we'll get in touch with them. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, and you'll never, ever miss another episode.